Good happy Thursday morning. Is Thursday, August 11, 2022. I'm Riley King, and welcome to this Thursday morning edition of the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. We have a lot of news to get to this Thursday morning, so let's get started right now. First up, increase in bear activity leads to temporarily closure of Lincoln Campground. Hancock Campground closed until at least August 25th. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
If you have ever dreamed of having granite or quartz countertops in your kitchen, but thought it was too expensive, Bob's Granite Place can make your dream.
You have to leave by Thursday afternoon.
Campers at Hancock Campground can't bear the fact that they have to leave early.
It's a surprise that they would close it for 2 weeks.
It's the first time we've ever been forced to leave by bear.
For John Robillard, Hancock Campground is a special place that he's been camping there for over 50 years. And in that time, he's never seen the site shut down.
Upsetting. I mean, it's a vacation, you know, you never want to see a vacation end, and up here, I never want to leave, so it's just very hard for me to leave a day early.
Have you run into a bear recently?
Not this year, no. Haven't even seen one. I usually do.
This is a normal camping spot for Francis DeRozier. He says that he's seen about 3 bears during his time at Hancock. One of them got a little too close 5 years ago.
And I see this bear walking right aside of my table. And he came right out to the road, looked back at me, and just kept walking up the road here.
Even with some close encounters, both John and Francis know the danger of camping in bear country. So you feel safe?
Yeah, I'm very comfortable.
I feel okay. It's kind of a thrill to see him, too.
Now, there are nearly 5,000 black bears here in the Granite State, and the last time somebody in New Hampshire died because of a black bear attack was in 1784. So it's been a long time. However, New Hampshire Fish and Game says that they are still unpredictable and should still be considered dangerous. Live here in Lincoln, Troy Lynch, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Woman returns bag of cash found in grocery store parking lot in Guilford. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
If you have ever dreamed of having granite or quartz countertops in your kitchen, but thought it was too expensive, Bob.
It was a little shocking at first.
Sonia O'Brien came to the grocery store for dinner, but what she found instead? A bag of bills laying in the lot outside this Hannaford in Guilford.
The Brinks truck was pulling away from the front of the store as we pulled in. The back door to the truck was open. We didn't see anything fall out or anything, but then we walked over towards the entrance of the store, and I looked down, and there was a bag of money.
O'Brien says the bills looked like ones wrapped in separate $100 bundles.
So I just sort of picked it up and kind of held it close to me because I was a little bit worried that somebody else would see it and run off with it or something.
After taking a second to process what happened, she walked right to the grocery store's customer service counter to turn it in.
You turn it in. It's Hannaford's money. It's not my money.
The grocery store gave O'Brien a $100 gift card in return. She encourages others, when given the opportunity, to do the right thing. And we did reach out to Brinks. They did not want to comment on the situation. In Guilford, Marissa Tansino, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Investigators conducting new search for physical evidence in Northfield triple homicide case. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
Whoa, sorry. You probably didn't catch all that. Glad you can see.
It's been 1 week since 25-year-old Cassandra, 4-year-old Benjamin, and 1-year-old Mason Sweeney were found dead in their home on Weathersfield Drive in Northfield. All three had been shot. Investigators say they've identified everybody involved, but there still haven't been any arrests. Patricia LaFrance, a former county prosecutor in New Hampshire, says there are a number of potential reasons why that might be.
It could be a juvenile. It could be somebody that they are watching. So we don't know exactly, other than the fact that the Attorney General's office felt that there was no danger to the public in general.
Investigators have been searching several areas in Northfield and the surrounding towns for evidence related to these crimes. Today, crews searched up and down I-93 between exits 17 and 20, but haven't said what, if anything, has been recovered. LaFrance says with crimes like this, investigators could be searching for anything, a weapon, clothing, or something to corroborate information they already have.
If they do want to make an arrest, again, they want to make sure that they have established probable cause, and it may just take, another couple of days to make sure they have all that evidence.
Still, the community is shaken by the tragedy. The Attorney General's office says Sean Sweeney, the father and husband of the victims, has been cooperating with the investigation, and a GoFundMe has been created to help cover funeral expenses. And you can find a link to that GoFundMe over on our website or mobile app. Live in Northfield, Hannah Cotter, WMUR News 9.
Okay, there you go on that video and that report. Man found not guilty in Randolph motorcycle crash, now in federal custody as immigration detainee. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
What does it take to be the best? It takes guts.
Yeah, Jamie, that happened around 6:45 last night, and today we called every ICE detention center in the region. We still don't know where Vladimir Zhukovsky is. Late this afternoon, an ICE spokesperson told News 9 Zhukovsky is still in processing and that bed space and other factors will determine where he's ultimately sent.
Vladimir Zhukovsky was transferred from the Coos County Jail to the Grafton County Jail last August. We're told it was just an administrative transfer, but last night at 6:45, he left that facility in federal custody. An ICE spokesperson tells News 9 it's from a 2019 detainer for Zhukovsky based on his extensive criminal history, including convictions for drug possession, driving under suspension, and larceny. News 9 has confirmed that the 26-year-old has a court date in Connecticut, September 1st, for an OUI arrest that happened in 2019, a month before the devastating crash in Randolph, New Hampshire. That OUI case exposed failings at the Massachusetts Registry of Motor Vehicles. The agency did not take action to revoke Zhukovsky's commercial driver's license, despite being notified about the arrest by Connecticut officials.
Zhukovsky's future here in the United States is ultimately in the hands of a federal immigration judge who could rule to remove him from this country based on the merits of the case. A hearing date has not been announced. We're live this evening. Amy Cavino, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Federal investigators looking into conduct of former basketball coach accused of sexual abuse, human trafficking. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
Whoa, sorry. You probably didn't catch all that. Glad you can see. Fidium is fast. How fast? 2 gig download and upload fast. But we know speed isn't everything. That's why we also offer whole home Wi-Fi connectivity, an easy-to-use app, and so much more. Plus, Fidium eliminates data caps, gimmicks, and hidden fees. Finally, there's internet that's flexible, friendlier, faster for you. Yeah, you, and whatever you do.
on this.
Pinkowski went before a judge today, and it's during that hearing that the state said the feds may or may not file similar charges on a federal level, but that investigation is still ongoing at this time. Pinkowski, a former Colby Sawyer College basketball coach, is facing dozens of charges, including manufacturing sexual abuse images, trafficking, and felonious sexual assault, all in separate cases out of Merrimack and Stratford counties. While it's unclear the nature of the federal investigation, the state said it met with U.S. officials to discuss what it would mean for the state's case if federal charges are filed. Pinkowski's attorney says he's applied for federal representation, but no charges have been brought forward from that federal activity at this time. Both sides will come back to court in 60 days and look at setting a jury trial date for at least some, if not all, of the charges. Live in the studio, Marissa Tansino, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Officials to hold press conference Thursday on case of missing 8-year-old from New Hampshire. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
Walmart, America's largest, is hiring. Earn $23.55 to $28.10 per hour, plus benefits. Working at Walmart's Raymond Distribution Center. 50 full-time positions available. Apply today online or text DC to 240-240. Walk-ins welcomed.
Breaking news now in the Harmony Montgomery case. The Attorney General's office and Manchester Police have just announced they'll have an update on the search for the missing girl tomorrow afternoon. Now, they're not yet announcing what the update is. Harmony has not been seen for more than 2 years. WMUR will be there. We will bring it to you live at 2 o'clock right here on air, on our website, and on our mobile app.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Biden signs PACT Act to aid troops exposed to burn pits in Iraq and Afghanistan. Let's take a listen to that video from ABC News.
I like the crunch that it has. When I think of this churro shake, I think delectable. It's got a little dipper, little accoutrement. What did you say? Accoutrement. Sonic churro shake. Stick with me. I'm going to learn a lot. You're going to learn a lot.
The major victory for so many veterans in this country and their health care. In Washington today, President Biden signing a new law extending benefits to troops exposed to toxic burn pits in Iraq and Afghanistan. Jon Stewart, who just weeks ago called out Republicans for standing in the way, getting a standing ovation for helping to get this over the finish line. Here's Mary Bruce.
President Biden today signing legislation to expand health care and other benefits for millions of veterans suffering from the effects of toxic burn pits.
I was going to get this done come hell or high water.
For Biden, this is a personal win, too. The president today linking his son Beau's fatal brain cancer to his exposure to burn pits in Iraq. Because of this bill, veterans diagnosed with certain respiratory illnesses or cancers will no longer have to prove they got sick from burn pits to receive care. It also provides compensation for survivors. Biden today consoling some of those families, like 9-year-old Brielle Robinson. The bill named after her father, Sergeant First Class Heath Robinson, who died of cancer 2 years ago. Biden noting Brielle was sitting next to Beau's son, Hunter.
That's my grandson. His daddy lost to the same burn pits, and he knows what you're going through.
But it took years to get to this moment, and it almost didn't happen. Just 2 weeks ago, we reported on comedian Jon Stewart in front of the Capitol blasting Senate Republicans who were fighting the bill.
I'm not sure I've ever seen a situation where people who have already given so much had to fight so hard to get so little.
And we owe you big, man. We owe you big.
Stewart today getting a standing ovation. He kept up the pressure until Congress finally passed the bill last week, a bipartisan victory. The president is now speeding up the bill's timeline so that this expanded eligibility and care is available now, as of tonight. The president is urging veterans to file these claims so they can get the overdue care they so badly need. David.
Mary Bruce live there in the briefing room tonight. Mary, thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos.
Okay, there you go on that video and that report. That does it for this morning edition of the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. Thank you for tuning in and watching. Have a great day, everyone, and goodbye.